a very good reason. You may have seen it in a thumbnail picture, but I'm walking the pond before I allow them to come back. And these are what I'm looking for. To the best of my knowledge, these are from the inside of shotgun shells. And previous people who have lived here used to do target shooting back here. And, you know, hunters and all that other fun stuff. And I have found probably over 100 of these just in this little pond. This isn't even a big pond. This is a pretty small one. But I have found very, very, very many of these. And generally, after it rains or after it storms, there'll be more that will have dislodged from the ground, out of the water. I have no idea how many there are right now because I already picked up about 20 or so yesterday. I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday. So, since it was raining yesterday, I'm doing another check. And literally, I'm showing you guys what I do, how I look for them. I literally just, well, that's a lot of use of the word literally. Anyways, I just walk along the shore of the pond and look for them floating in the water, or like pieces of them in the water, because these plastic pieces are perfect size to get. Leave it! Obie is with me, helping, quote unquote. Obi-Wan, leave the fake nest alone. Anyways, so I check along the shoreline because I have geese, and I look for trash in the water. The reason I'm showing you guys this is because if I'm finding all of these shotgun pieces, plastic pieces, in this tiny pond, you know, quote unquote tiny pond, that is on a private property, imagine how much crap, trash, like gun shell leftovers, the insides of shotgun shells, the, you know, whatever kind of debris. Imagine how much of it is in public ponds, especially the ones around areas where people commonly hunt. Here, see, there's another one. And like I said, I just picked up like probably 30 of them recently. And this right here, in a goose or a duck's throat, that'll kill them. That will block them. And that's very difficult to get out too, because these little wings, it's really, 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 really dangerous. So I do this on a regular basis, and the reason I'm making a video about it, and the geese aren't here, and it's not all like fun and cute and stuff with the animals, is because I figured I would show you guys how there can be many things that are dangerous. Hi, Obi-Wan. And it's important for us to check the waters around our animals, whether it's the animals that we own or it's even animals in the wild. If y'all live near a pond and you enjoy taking walks out near your pond and maybe enjoy seeing the birdies, well, this is something that you can do when you're walking around, is just keep your eyes open for things like pieces of plastic, trash, but also like the rings, the plastic rings that are on like the lids of the milk cartons. Those rings and even the lids, if you guys can just snip that ring, okay, so it's not a circle anymore, right? That can make a big difference. There's a lot of birds that get turned into waterfowl sanctuaries, wild birds that and turtles and other animals as well, who get stuck, who have these stuck on them, like around their throat, around their beak, around their legs, around their feet. And in many cases, it's cutting off their airways, making it impossible for them to eat. But there's another one. See? Hi, Froggy. And these things are so dangerous for my birds, and I'm constantly finding them. And like I said, I have found probably somewhere around 100 over the time that I've lived here. And that's just in a year. Because we've got, dozens and dozens of years of people living here. And many people do not clean up after themselves. And it creates these dangerous situations for our birds. I'm going to be walking around this pond. I'm going to continue looking. And when I'm done doing today's check, I will be letting my birds out. And then they can come play at the pond again, as they always do. Obie is enjoying himself right now because he doesn't have to worry about the geese. He is our livestock guardian dog in training. Isn't he ferocious? Look at him. He's scary, huh? Isn't that a scary boy? He's a juvenile. I know, he looks all disproportionate and stuff right now. But, yeah. Obi-Wan is a mix between a Great Pyrenees and an Anatolian Shepherd. He's a gorgeous big boy. Right, Obie? Yes, you are. You're a good puppy. So, yeah. I'm letting him have his good old time. While I don't know what the hell that is, but it does not look, it's like a mushroom. Don't want that in there for my geese. So I'm going to, let's see. I'll put that over here under here so Obie doesn't mess with it right now. Then I'll get rid of that in a minute because I don't want to carry it around in my hand. Anyways, but yeah. If you guys live near ponds or you have a pond on your property, especially if you got ducks or geese or even chickens, if you got animals that forage and look for food throughout the day, even for cats and dogs, turtles and other animals, looking for picking up trash that you find. That's just a leaf. Picking up trash that you find, especially pieces that are obviously perfect size to fit into an animal's throat, their trachea, their esophagus, which is, for anybody who doesn't know, the trachea is basically the tunnel that connects your mouth to your lungs, and then the esophagus is basically the tunnel that connects your mouth to your stomach. And either one of those getting blocked is detrimental and deadly for any animal and humans, of course. But and even if you got little kids, I mean, imagine your kid being out at a pond playing, just exploring. I'm in Texas. Blueberries. I'm sorry, I didn't see a message there right away. But yeah, I'm in Texas. But if you don't, imagine a little toddler thinking this is fun, or thinking that, hold on, that this is, a piece of candy or something they just put in their mouth because, well, toddlers do that. I raise my own kids. We all know, any parent knows, they like to put stuff in their mouth. They like to pick up things from the floor, play with them. Imagine you're just hanging out at a picnic at a local pond and you couldn't put that in their mouth and now it's stuck. And your kid might have to have some major intervention to be able to save your child's life. The point is, if, in my opinion, if we all, see, that's just a little piece of plastic from one of them that cracked off, and usually if there's a piece, there's another one. But I don't see one over here right now. Come back and look again tomorrow. But if more people, when we take walks, when we walk through nature, when we take a walk in our neighborhood, when we take a walk around our local pond, or when we go fishing, or whatever activity is that we're doing, if more humans put more effort into not only cleaning up after ourselves, but also being willing to pick up after other people and clean up what they see that is trash out in nature that shouldn't be in nature, that's gonna be, each item that we pick up is one less item for them to get stuck in their throat, one less item that's gonna get stuck on their legs or on their feet, one less item that might kill them. Here's another one, see? They get dislodged from the rain, or just from the geese being in the water. And like I said, again, this is a private pond. This is just a little pond here. It's not that big. But I have found probably around 100 of these. And I've found many, many, many of these without ever even recording it or taking any pictures. But I've decided to start documenting it more often to try and show everyone what it looks like at a private pond. I think that's pretty crazy if you think about it. If a private pond has all this debris and all this trash, what you doing, Obie? You getting in the water? And if you think, no, you can't get that big branch, you dork. He's ready to get the big old branch. He's like, I want this stick. He is trying to get sticks. Get it, boy. Get it. Good boy. He loves sticks. Anyway, and you're making a mess. Now you're making it harder for me to see those things. Dork. You dork. Dorcas. Trying to find them. That's why the geese aren't out. Oh, there's another one, see? Right there. Even he could take that in his mouth, thinking it was fun to play with. Leave it. Thinking it was fun to play with, and getting it stuck in his throat. And now I've got a choking dog that I need to try to save, you know? Come on, Obie. Up, up. Good boy. Good boy. And he's the goodest boy. Yes, he is. He's the goodest boy. Obie's the goodest boy. Yes, you are. Go play. Go play. Go on, go play. Goofy. Let's see if we can spot any since Obie just... Hey, you big Oompa Loompa. Let's go. Obie, out. Okay, do I need to make you wait? Sit. Wait. Okay? Wait. Don't you huff and puff at me. Wait, Obie. Trying to look and see. I told you to wait. Nope. Here. Sit. Obi-Wan, sit. Wait. Anyway. So, I tried to look and see if I can find any more of those. And they're not just right in the water, they're also right out of the water, and like it'll rain, it'll wash stuff into the water. I'm just saying that if all of us, everyone, or at least many of us, were to take the time to sometimes just open our eyes and just, you know, if you notice something, you don't necessarily have to go looking for it. Just if you notice something like the ring, you know, that plastic ring that's right, that like holds the lid in place, that you like basically are separating the lid from when you open up a milk carton, that kind of stuff. That stuff is deadly for animals. Like, it's those little things, right? And there's really easy ways to prevent those from hurting them. There's another one, see? Right there. And my geese will forage these corners and get that in their mouths. And it can kill them. Anyways, if we just do things like clipping that little ring that's on the lid of a milk carton, if we, you know, clip the, you know, like when you guys buy like a 6-pack of, let's say, soda bottles, and it's got those 6 rings, that plastic thing that like holds them together as a 6-pack, and you can use it to carry them. Just real quick, a pair of scissors. When you're done with it, cut each of those rings, right? So they're no longer connected. So it's not a ring anymore. Simply by doing things like that, you can literally save thousands, potentially, of animals if we all did that. Because every single one of those has the potential of ending up in one of our waterways, or potential to end up stuck on some animal. And many times the animals are maybe smaller when it first gets stuck on them, and then they get bigger and it chokes them or it prevents their ability to eat or move, and it causes infections, and it's just such a horrible way to die. And I am connected to different sanctuaries, like waterfowl sanctuaries and such, and So I hear about these things all the time. These people are getting these animals in from those situations all the time. And it's really, really sad. Obie, you are such a dork. He's having a time of his life right now. We're not around the chickens, so he can, be a goofball. Because around the chickens, we're working with him to be calmer. But when we're not around the birds, I'm teaching him that he can goof off. He can have his fun. He can do what he wants. Right, Obi-Wan? Get it, boy. Isn't he a goof? Or even things, on a side note, things like cigarette butts. Not only could an animal choke on them, or it could cause an obstruction for the animal, but cigarette butts are toxic. Guys, it's a filter. It's a filter that is filtering some of the toxins out for us, right? Obie, did you just try to push me in the water? You are still busted. You are so busted. You are so busted. Mama is not going for a swim today. But you are. He's never actually gone for a swim. Go on, Obie. He's like, nope. Let me get that. Hold on, wait. You don't need that right now. Yep, you don't need to wear your collar right now. Anyway, and I know it probably looks like it's annoying or boring to do this, but it's really not. One of the things I've noticed is I have walked this shoreline looking for this stuff, and I found, it's also kind of fun because you find, random sleeping fish. You find little tiny baby karagis that like to hang out over here. Things like that. My daughter will come and help me do this many times. My son will help me do it. I swear I just saw something, and then the mud is hiding it. I'll have to come back here later. Look again. Alright. But basically, these things are very, very dangerous. And keep in mind, I did thorough check walking around the pond multiple times 2 days ago. And nobody's been shooting guns since then. Oh, look, this is from a crawfish. It's the claw from a crawfish. And you know what? My geese will love this. I'm going to throw that over there where they can find it easily. See, and that's something else. That crawfish claw is actually hard. And it has a very similar feel to it as the plastic does. So, and there's a lot of crawfish pieces that are, what's the word? That are white, or where the geese can't see the different colors, or it feels or has a similar shape to other things that the geese would actually eat, because it provides them with nutrients. Back. You got a sticky on your head. Wait. Right, go play. Go on, go play. Go on, Obie, go get it. Obi-Wan. You want it? Oh, wait. There's a better one here. You want it? Do you want it? Are you ready? Go get it. Anyway, so if you got cigarette butts, if you're a smoker, or even if you just see cigarette butts on the floor, on the ground, outside, in the water, anything like that, it can help a lot to just pick them up, put them in a little baggie or put them in your pocket or whatever, and it could make a life or death difference for an animal. So every single piece you remove, everything that you remove that is not supposed to be in nature, is one less item that can now kill or injure an animal I own Canada geese, so they love to spend time in the water. Obie, come here. Can you let me check it first? Sit. Sit. Good. Wait. 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 Obie, wait. So bad. Wait. Watch. Go play. He's like, oh my God, yes. Dork. See, and when it rains a lot, Obie, don't mouth my hand. So Obie is still a puppy. So he still makes lots of little mistakes. He's still a baby. He's still learning. Even though he's a big dog. He's like, I think 8 months old now. And yes, that is still a puppy. Dogs are puppies in average till they're about 2 years old. And that's only average. There are some breeds like Labrador Retrievers who actually take longer to mature than others. But I'm not going to keep recording and like staying live for my second circle here, because I always do 2 circles minimum to look for these little parts and pieces. But the point of all this is for me to show you guys, hey, the point of all of this is for me to show you guys, hey, there's things out there that can really affect our animals badly, whether it's in the wild or domestic, on our land or in public locations, and there's something we can do about it. And it is as simple as, counting how many bullets you shot if you did some target practice, and looking for the bullets and making sure that any debris that would have come from shooting a particular bullet, that you will have picked it up when you're done, and that you take it with you back home. And therefore avoiding situations like these where, there could be a lot of something bad in nature that could potentially kill animals, and in like a horrible, bad way. And I know maybe some of you will be like, why would a hunter care? He's literally already killing animals. But a lot of hunters do care. A lot of hunters actually are trying to be humane about what they do. A lot of hunters are not poachers. They're not trophy hunters. There's a dead crawfish. Anyway, and they won't do things intentionally that will unnecessarily hurt other animals that are not part of the hunting or part of the targeting. See, this is what I'm talking about. This crawfish, their shell is literally like plastic, like the way it feels. Like crawfish literally have the same kind of give, the same kind of texture as a lot of this, look at that, broken golf ball. And then another piece of a broken golf ball. Stuff like this can kill them as well. I'll choke on that too. Leaving golf balls behind is another thing that's actually bad. And imagine this. Somebody in the past used to like hit golf balls back here, the person who used to live next door to this property, and they would leave them all over the place. But now the neighbors got horses, as y'all can see back there. Let's see if I can go a little bit of a close-up so y'all can see beautiful Choctaw and Littlefoot. Look at them. They're beautiful. And they got a tiny little miniature pony. And these horses are absolute sweethearts. But these horses are actually at risk because there's all these golf balls that are randomly being exposed by the storms and stuff, because it's been years and years since this person had done this, and this person did it for a very long time, just hitting golf balls and just leaving them out in the pasture. So now, the owner of these horses will randomly find these golf balls all over the land. And imagine a horse running and potentially like stepping on one of those golf balls and like it causing the horse to like, I don't know, trip, or like, you know what I mean? Or imagine them taking it in their mouth, trying to play with it or something, and then choking on it. Things like that can happen. So my whole point is pay attention to what you're doing, right? If you just pay attention to not leaving your own trash out, if you just pay attention to picking up after yourself, putting in a little bit of effort, which will in turn protect many, many, many animals from horrible injuries, horrible way of death. And also, it will help sanctuaries not get so overwhelmed, because we constantly have these animals getting turned into sanctuaries, and they fill up with these animals that require procedures that are 100% preventable, right? Like, there's something different between an accident that can happen or an animal that's literally injured because in general human negligence or something that humans caused. So we can kind of help that whole issue so that they have more space and more time to be able to care for the animals that require help for other reasons that naturally occur, right? Say, for an example, I don't know, a storm separated a gosling from its mama. Now you've got an orphan gosling. That gosling now requires help. But maybe the sanctuary is overwhelmed because they've already gotten in 10 animals that day because they're dying of lead poison because of all the lead bullets that have been left in ponds all over the US. And this is a thing, this really happened last year. A bunch of lead bullets that literally deposited into lakes and ponds and rivers. And Obie, come! And you dork, are you okay? Puppy, come here, baby. Obie, come. Oh, your poor baby, come here. Are you okay? Lay down. Sit. Obie, sit. That was barbed wire. Sit. Lay down. Lay down. It's okay. Come here. Mama see. Mama see. You okay? This is where your thick fur comes in handy. That's where your thick fur comes in handy. Are you okay, Bubba's? That couldn't have fucking felt good. Excuse my French. I don't see anything, but you got that thick, thick fur. Did it hurt you? You didn't cry or anything. You didn't cry or anything. Alright, come on. You don't go over on a neighbor's yard, Bubba's. Anyways. But, anyway, the point I'm trying to make is there are things that are preventable. And last year, for an example, with the drought, bottom feeders, meaning animals like swans and such, were foraging on the bottom of the ponds and lakes. And because there was such a drought, a lot of the lakes and ponds were much lower. So they were bottom feeding areas that haven't been fed on, and that animals such as that have not been reaching for many, many years. Like, we're talking like 30, 40 years or so, that animals haven't been able to reach that area. And because of that, they were reaching areas where there were a lot of lead bullets and such, and lead, things down at the bottom of these ponds, lakes, and rivers and such. And they were foraging around them, stirring it up because they're, foraging the ground of the pond or of the river or lake. And these swans were being turned in masses. And you guys can look this up on like Facebook, on YouTube, whatever. There's many videos about it where they've been reporting it. Where, look at little fishy, you make sure you don't get stuck out here, doofus. A lot of these animals ended up dying because the lead poisoning was just so bad that they could no longer save them because they were too far gone. It was too bad. And things like that are serious concerns. Metals in the water are really, really bad. Many different things are really, really bad. Like plastics, our animals can get stuck or it can hurt them. Obie, that's the bird food, Dorcas. And many other things that can injure and hurt our animals where we can do something about it. We can prevent it from at least getting worse. Or things like this. Look at that. Wait, Obie, wait. Back. Obie, back. Sit. Sit. Wait. That feels and looks like a fishing line. I don't want to tear it. Or lose the hook if it has one on it. Goes here. that. Imagine one of my animals gets this in their throat. Things like this happen a lot. People cut their fishing line and don't attempt to get it out, and it results in dangerous things. My geese could be all the way, this is the back of my property. My geese could come all the way out here to forage and to hang out in the water as they do. And they could be choking on this, or one of those plastic pieces, or this thing could wrap around their neck, or it could wrap around their feet and cut into their flesh. Have you guys ever had fishing line wrapped tightly around your skin? Because I can tell you, this stuff doesn't tear. Look, this stuff does not tear easily. And if you got this tight and the animals keep pulling on it, they're nibbling on it, and they're trying to get it off of them, it'll start cutting into their skin, and that'll happen quick. And this happens a lot in nature. Like, this happens a lot because of humans leaving stuff behind. So that's another perfect example. And to top it off, it's very, very possible that there's a fishing hook somewhere, or that there's hooks inside of this pond. And I actually plan to, as soon as I can make it happen financially, I plan to buy a magnet, like a magnet fishing set, so I can use a magnet and throw it in the water and pull it out to hopefully remove any metals that will have been left behind over, who knows how many generations in this pond, and hopefully get out hooks and lines and lures and all kinds of other things. Because another thing is, lures and hooks and such used to be made of lead as well back in the day, and a lot of people were using that. But like I said, these are things where, at least going forward, we can prevent this stuff. We can work on this stuff. We can stop these things from happening. We can help make sure it doesn't get worse. And now, see, look right there. And this is why I go around the second time, because I'll keep finding them, and I'll keep going until I don't find any more. And then my geese get to come to the back and go have fun. And then I'll check again tomorrow. And I'd rather do this and spend, 30 minutes to an hour, quote unquote, wasting time walking around a pond every day, or every other day, than to one day come back here to find one of my geese either choking or potentially already deceased, because all of these were in the pond and they swallowed one and they died because of one that I didn't find. Anyway, I hope this helps raise a little bit of awareness about these issues, and maybe some of you will help out and maybe pick up things when you see them. You see something that, is plastic, that is a bullet, that doesn't belong in nature. Maybe you'll remember this video, and you'll know that it would be very helpful, and you'd be literally saving an animal from dying, choking to death, if you pick up this one little piece of plastic. It'll prevent an animal from picking that up and eating it and dying from it. Obi-Wan, come. Get out of the water right there. I'm working. Thank you. See, you make the mud go up and then I can't say anything. Anyways, Obie, come out. Get over there. No. Sit. You need to listen. Puppy needs to listen. You hear me? Let Mama take the water first, and you can go in the water behind me, Goofy. I know it's not making any sense to you, because you're okay with me playing in the water all the time. Why not right now? Anyways, see, right there is what I used to target shoot. Come. Right there. And it's actually pretty far away. That's where they used to shoot the target, right? Right there. And here's the pond. You'd think, that wouldn't cause any issues with the pond. But guys, nature, water, stuff moves around. Things grow. Water will wash things around. It happens. Animals will pick something up and drop it. You know what I mean? The wind will move things. Like, there's so many different reasons why something can get into the water. So even if you think, oh, this is not right in the water, or this is my yard or whatever, it gets out there, guys. It'll get out there, and it could potentially cause an animal to die because something was left out in nature that shouldn't have been. All right. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. I hope your Tuesday goes by really nicely. Anybody who's having themselves a Taco Tuesday, I hope y'all enjoy your tacos. That's what I'm doing today. We're going to have ourselves some tacos. Obie? Nuh-uh. No mouthing hands. And, yeah, I hope to see all of you back at some point or another. Usually, I'm recording the geese. Usually the videos are not like this and kind of like drama, sad, depressing, whatever, talking about animals dying a bunch. Usually it's more uplifting and more fun, and yeah, we're talking about geese and about different facts about geese, and I'm always happy to answer questions about these animals if anybody has any questions, because my goal with this channel is to basically show people that Canada geese are not evil. I own Canada geese. I own 7 Canada geese. I own 1 cackling goose, which is basically like a miniature Canada goose. And I own a hybrid Canada goose who is mixed with a domestic goose, meaning he's half Canada goose and he's half Chinese goose. Anyways, and yeah, my favorite animal is literally the goose. So I hope y'all have a wonderful day. We will talk to you guys later. Obie, sit. Sit. Obie, can you shake? Shake? Shake. No. What? Say bye, guys.